And earlier this week, Trump tapped Florida Senior Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State. What does Rubio's nomination tell us about the future of U.S. foreign policy? Our Washington correspondent, Loois Martinez, tells us more.
Senator Marco Rubio is slated to become the first Hispanic Secretary of State of the United States. If confirmed by the Senate, Senator Marco Rubio, the son of Cuban Americans who fled the island and settled in Florida, will be at the helm of Trump's foreign policy for the next 4 years.
It's a tremendous honor to the president would place his confidence in me in a position of such importance. It's also a tremendous responsibility. And the job of the Secretary of State is to execute on the foreign policy set by the elected president of the United States.
Marco Rubio began his political career as city commissioner of West Miami from 1998 till 2000. He then went on to serve 4 consecutive terms in the Florida State House of Representatives, where he served as congressman, majority leader, and speaker of the House. In 2010, he ran for the Senate seat of the state of Florida, left empty by Mel Martinez. Marco Rubio garnered the support of the Tea Party back in 2010, and that's how he won his first Senate election. Now, in 2016, Marco Rubio famously launched a bid for the presidency, suspending any re-election process for his Senate seat. But after Marco Rubio lost to former President Donald Trump during the Florida state primaries, he then retook his bid to be re-elected in the Senate. And in 2022, the midterm elections, Marco Rubio was elected to a 3rd term as senator for Florida with more than 57% of the support in that state. Senator Marco Rubio is the ranking member in the Senate's Select Intelligence Committee for the Republican Conference, and he has also served for multiple years in the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Senate. Of the topics that Senator Marco Rubio has been most outspoken about, we can highlight Ukraine funding. The last batch of Ukraine aid sent and approved by Congress, Marco Rubio voted against it as it had no endgame for the conflict. Also, communism in Latin America. Senator Marco Rubio was known during the first Trump administration as the virtual Secretary of State for Latin America, as he was a staunch advocate of democracy and opponent of the communist regimes of Nicaragua, Cuba, and Venezuela. In Iran, Marco Rubio has sided with former President Donald Trump, opposing the Obama-Iran nuclear deal, and has vowed to do anything that needs to be done to stop Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. And lastly, but most importantly, China as a geostrategic rival of the United States. Marco Rubio has been at the forefront of highlighting Chinese Communist Party's influence in U.S. universities and social media. The nomination of Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State has received the praise of a bipartisan group of senators. Both Democrats and Republicans spoke highly of Marco Rubio's credentials in foreign policy. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Luis Eduardo Martinez, NTD News.